Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Monday, April 29th, 2024. Today I'm going to recap the Stanley Cup and the NBA playoffs for the weekend. Look ahead to tonight's playoff games in each sport. MLB, soccer, NASCAR, Idol, news and notes, and best bet. We'll start the Stanley Cup playoffs today just to change things up. We'll go over the results from the weekend and look ahead to tonight's coming up. So we'll begin with Friday. Rangers over the Capitals 3-1 to take a 3-0 series lead. Canucks over the Predators 2-1 to take a 2-1 series lead. Avs over the Jets 6-2 to take a 2-1 series lead. Oilers over the Kings 6-1 to take a 2-1 series lead. Saturday, Islanders over the Hurricanes 3-2 in overtime on a game winner by Matt Barzal to get on the board in the series to force a Game 5. Lightning over the Panthers 6-3 to force a Game 5. Bruins over the Maple Leafs 3-1 to take a 3-1 series lead. Stars over the Golden Knights 3-2 in overtime on a game winner by Wyatt Johnson to get on the board in the series. And then yesterday, Avalanche over the Jets 5-1 to take a 3-1 series lead. Canucks over the Predators 4-3 in overtime on a goal by Elias Lindholm to take a 3-1 series lead on the third string goaltender too, which is crazy. Rangers over the Capitals 4-2. These are the first team to advance in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and the Oilers over the Kings 1-0 to take a 3-1 series lead. Only 2 games tonight, 7 o'clock ESPN, Lightning Panthers, Game 5. Florida's looking to close it out. The Lightning looking to extend it to 6. Panthers minus 184, Lightning plus 152, over under 6.5. Overs minus 104, unders minus 118. Bolts plus 1.5 is minus 64. Panthers minus 1.5 is plus 36. Panthers puck line, I think this is going to be their domination game and a big telling game for the Lightning in their future. And 9:30 on ESPN, Stars Golden Knights. Stars minus 115, Vegas minus 104, over under 5.5. Overs minus 124, unders plus 102. Stars minus 1.5 is plus 215. Vegas plus 1.5 is minus 65. I'm going Stars money line minus 115 to even up this baby at 2 games apiece. Now we're going to do the NBA from the weekend and look ahead to tonight. We'll begin with Friday. Pacers over the Bucks 121-118 in overtime to take a 2-1 series lead. Mavs over the Clippers 101-90 to take a 2-1 series lead. T-Wolves over the Suns 126-109 to take a commanding 3-0 series lead. Saturday, Magic over the Cavs 112-89 to even up this baby at 2 apiece. Thunder over the Pelicans 106-85 to take a commanding 3-0 series lead. Celtics over the Heat 104-84 to take a 2-1 series lead is probably the most predictable outcome of the weekend. And the Lakers stave off elimination with a 119-108 win over the Nuggets to force a Game 5. And then yesterday, Knicks over the Sixers 97-92 to take a 3-1 series lead back to the Garden. Clips over the Mavericks 116-111 without Kawhi Leonard, even up the series at 2 apiece. Pacers over the Bucks 126-113 to take a 3-1 series lead as neither Giannis or Dame played because of their respective injuries. And the T-Wolves over the Suns 112-116 to complete the sweep and move on to the second round as they await the Nuggets in all likelihood. But now what the T-Wolves need is the Lakers to win a couple games to get some extra rest. All right, 3 games tonight, 7:30 on TNT, Celtics Heat. My line is the Celtics 12.25 till 223 and 3/10. Obviously no Jimmy and no Terry Rozier. Terry Rozier might go down as like a bust trade acquisition when it's all said and done because he's been hurt in the playoffs and the Heat, in the playoffs, but he hasn't done much. So that's going to turn out to be a flop of a trade pickup for them. And let's see here. The Celtics are favored. If it's less than 10, you know who I'm betting on if it's less than 10. It is 10.5 and 203.5. I like the over. Only because you know someone's going to get hot from 3 in this game, whether it's Duncan Robinson or Sam Hauser. Maybe it's Tatum putting on a superstar performance. But I do like the over. 8:30 NBA TV, Thunder Pelicans. My line is the Thunder 8.25 total 228, and it is 4.5 and 204.5. All right, this is another over, and I like the Thunder spread. I'll probably bet an alternate number on the Pels because I have the Thunder to sweep bet. But I would lay with the Thunder, but I would bet the over again. Whether it's Trey Murphy, Isaiah Joe, Jalen Williams, anybody. Someone's going to get hot from 3. And last but not least, Lakers Nuggets from Denver. 10 o'clock TNT. My line's Denver 10.5, total 229 in the fifth. This is probably the Harlan Reggie game. And it's 7.5 and 217. I like that over 2. And I would lay it with Denver. And I would probably put Denver money line in a parlay because I have the Nuggets in 6 bet. So I would probably do Denver money line, the hedge, Pelicans up to something. Maybe Celtics. Maybe Celtics spread. Or maybe a couple of hockey. There's a couple I have to hedge in hockey too, so maybe I'll do a couple with soccer mixed in. But we'll see. So it should be an interesting night in the association coming up. Now we'll go over the baseball results from the weekend and look ahead to today's window. It should be a little smaller than usual because sometimes teams travel on Mondays. All right, Friday, Royals over the Tigers 8-0. A's over the Orioles 3-2-10. Oof. Dodgers over the Blue Jays 12-2. Cubs over the Red Sox 7-1. Cardinals over the Mets 4-2. Nats over the Marlins 3-1. Braves over the Guardians 6-2. Brewers over the Yankees 7-6 and 11 on a walk-off single by Joey Ortiz as they come from behind in extras to win. White Sox over the Rays 9-4. Rangers over the Reds 2-1. Twins over the Angels 5-3. Mariners over the D-backs 6-1. Phils over the Padres 9-3. Giants over the Giants over the Pirates 3-0. All right, Saturday, Dodgers over the Blue Jays 4-2. Reds over the Rangers 8-4. O's over the A's 7-0. Cards over the Mets 7-4. Red Sox over the Cubs 17-0. Wow. Nats over the Marlins 11-4. Astros over the Rockies 12-4 in Mexico City. Tigers over the Royals 6-5. White Sox over the Rays 8-7-10 on a walk-off homer. 2-run shot by Andrew Benintendi. Yankees killed the Brewers 15-3. Guardians over the Braves 4-2-11. Phillies over the Padres 5-1. Pirates over the Giants 4-3-10. Twins over the Angels 16-5. Mariners over the D-backs 3-1. All right, and now results from yesterday. Braves over the Guardians 4-3-10 on a walk-off single by Austin Riley. Good win for Atlanta. A's over the O's 7-6. So that's a bad series loss for the O's with the Yankees coming to town next. Jays over the Dodgers 3-1. Tigers over the Royals 4-1. Mets over the Cardinals 4-2-11 on a walk-off homer by Mark Vientos. Nats over the Marlins 12-9. White Sox over the Rays 4-2 to complete the rare sweep. Yankees over the Brewers 15-5, so 35 runs in 3 games for the Yankees in Milwaukee. Rangers over the Reds 4-3. Astros over the Rockies 8-2 in Mexico City. Giants over the Pirates 3-2. Twins over the Angels 11-5. D-backs over the Mariners 3-2. Phillies over the Padres 8-6. And the Red Sox over the Cubs 5-4 on a walk-off single by Tyler O'Neill on Sunday Night Baseball. All right. No day games, all night games. 6:30 Yankees O's. Battle for first place in the AL East. 4 games. Clark Schmidt, Grayson Rodriguez. I mean, you think that this is going to be a split. I think it should be a split. Bigger for the O's than the Yankees. Or, I'm sorry, other way around. Bigger for the Yankees than the O's. You could argue bigger for the O's because they're home. But you could argue bigger for the Yankees to prove that they're back to being the beasts in the division after the O's won the division a year ago. O's minus 126, Yankees plus 108, over under 9, overs minus 115, unders minus 105. Yanks plus 1.5 is minus 184. O's minus 1.5 is plus 152. I like the over. I think there's going to be a lot of offense in this series. Cards, Tigers, Steven Matson, Kenta Maeda. Cards minus 112, Tigers minus 104, over under 8, overs minus 115, unders minus 105. Cards minus 1.5 is plus 138, Tigers plus 1.5 is minus 166. I love the over in that game. Absolutely love it. I can't believe that's that total. Nats, Marlins. Jake Irvin, Trevor Rogers. Marlins minus 154, Nats plus 130, over under 8, overs minus 06, others minus 114. Nats plus 1.5 is minus 164, Marlins minus 1.5 is plus 136. Love the over in this one too. 7 o'clock, Royals, Blue Jays. Jonathan Bolin making his debut against Yariel Rodriguez. Jays minus 152, Royals plus 128, over under 8.5, overs minus 115, unders minus 105. Royals plus 1.5 is minus 160, Jays minus 1.5 is plus 132. 4 overs. Cubs, Mets from Citi Field. Jameson Taillon and Luis Severino. Mets minus 122, Cubs plus 104, over under 8, overs even money, unders minus 122. Cubs minus 1.5 is plus 176, Mets plus 1.5 is minus 15. Cubs favored on the run line, Mets favored on the money line. Battle of 2 former Yankee starters. Tough one. I'm going to take the Cubs outright plus 104 only because Luis Severino can't be this good for long. Fox Sports 1, 7:30, Twins, White Sox. Joe Ryan, Garrett Crochet. Twins minus 162, White Sox plus 136, over under 7.5, overs minus 114, others minus 106. Twins minus 1.5 is plus 110, White Sox plus 1.5 is minus 32. I want to pick Twins run line, but I like the over better. Only because I could see Twins winning by 1. I don't think the White Sox are going to win 4 straight. That'd be weird. Rays, Brewers. Ryan Papuai and Bryce Wilson. Pick 'em minus 180 each way, over under 8.5. Overs minus 2, unders minus 120. Rays minus 1.5 is plus 150. Brewers plus 1.5 is minus 182. The Brewers get disrespected in the betting market all the time. Yes, they just got blown out 2 times in a row by the Yankees. They're better than what they showed against the Yankees. You could argue they should have been swept by the Yankees. The Yankees are just better than the Brewers, hands down. But the Brewers are better than the Rays. Brewers minus 108. Phillies, Angels, 9:30. Christopher Sanchez, Griffin Canning. Phils minus 134, Angels plus 114, over under 9, minus 110 each way. Phils minus 1.5 is plus 118, Angels plus 1.5 is minus 142. I like the Phillies on the run line, minus 1.5 plus 118. Braves, Mariners. Max Fried, Bryce Miller. Braves minus 156, Mariners plus 132, over under 7.5, overs minus 105, unders minus 115. Braves minus 1.5 is plus 114, Mariners plus 1.5 is minus 37. I like the under. I think Max Fried's going to continue to pitch better. Reds, Padres. Nick Lodolo, Matt Waldron. Padres minus 112, Reds minus 104 from the 7.5, overs minus 132, unders even money. Reds minus 1.5 is plus 164, Padres plus 1.5 is minus 200. Reds favored on the run line, Padres favored on the money line. But I think the bet here is the under, because both these guys are pitching well for the most part. Dodgers, D-backs. James Paxton, Tommy Henry. Dodgers minus 148, D-backs plus 126, over under 10. Overs minus 104, unders minus 118. Dodgers minus 1.5 is plus 105, D-backs plus 1.5 is minus 126. The logical play here I mean, James Paxton's pitching well, so part of me wants to take the over because Tommy Henry stinks. But I'm actually going to lay the run line with the Dodgers. And last but not least, Pirates A's. Bailey Falter, Joe Boyle. The A's are only 5 under 500. The A's aren't terrible. They're not one of the worst 3 teams. Went 4-3 against the O's and the Yankees. They have to be proud of that. Pirates minus 136, A's plus 116 over under 8, minus 110 each way. Pirates minus 1/2 is plus 125, A's plus 1/2 is minus 150. I don't feel good about it, but I'm going to go with the over because Joe Boyle stinks. Okay, now we're on to soccer. We will go over the results from the weekend, and we will look ahead to today's slate. We will start with English Premier League. Saturday. West Ham Liverpool 1-1 draw. Fulham Crystal Palace 1-1 draw. Actually, West Ham Liverpool is a 2-2 draw. I was looking at the wrong score. Man United Burnley 1-1 draw. Newcastle over Sheffield United 5-1. Wolves over Luton 2-1. Everton over Brentford 1-0. Aston Villa Chelsea 2-2 draw. And yesterday, Bournemouth over Brighton 3-0. Arsenal over Tottenham 3-2. Man City over Nottingham Forest 2-0. No EPL till Thursday. La Liga. Friday, Real Madrid over Real Sociedad 1-0. Saturday, Girona over Las Palmas 2-0. Getafe over Almeria 3-1. Alaves over Celta Vigo 3-0. Atletico over Athletic 3-1. And yesterday, Cadiz Mallorca 1-1 draw. Granada over Osasuna 3-0. Villarreal over Rayo 3-0. Betis Sevilla 1-1 draw. One match today, 3 o'clock, Barcelona Valencia. Barcelona's in third, battling with Girona for second. Probably headed to the Champions League again. Valencia is in 8th. Not far back from Conference League qualifying, but you would expect Barca to be a monster favorite today. Minus 320. Valencia 7-1. The draw is plus 420. The pick here is under 2.5 goals at plus 126. Bundesliga. Friday, Bochum over Hoffenheim 3-2. Saturday, Bayern over Frankfurt 2-0. Bremen over Augsburg 3-0. RB Leipzig over Dortmund 4-1. Wolfsburg over Freiburg 2-1. Leverkusen Stuttgart 2-2 draw. Yesterday, Gladbach Union Berlin 0-0 draw. Mainz Cologne 1-1 draw. Heidenheim over Darmstadt 1-0. No Bundesliga till Friday. Liga MX. Friday, America over Puebla 2-1. Querétaro Unam 1-1 draw. Saturday, Juarez Leon 1-1 draw. Tigres Tijuana. Tigres wins 4-1. Cruz Azul over Toluca 1-0. Pachuca Mazatlan 1-1 draw. And Guadalajara over Atlas 1-0. And then yesterday, Monterrey over Necaxa 5-2. And Athletic St. Louis over Santos 3-0. Serie A. Friday, Frosinone over Salernitana 3-0. Saturday, Lecce Monza 1-1 draw. Juventus Milan 0-0 draw. And Lazio over Verona 1-0. And then yesterday, Inter Milan over Torino 2-0. Bologna Udinese 1-1 draw. Atalanta over Empoli 2-0. Napoli AS Roma 2-2 draw. And Fiorentina over Sassuolo 5-1. And then today, 2:45, you have Genoa and Cagliari. Genoa's in 12th. In a good spot. They're not going to be relegated. Cagliari, they are 3 points between them and Udinese, who could be relegated. So Cagliari could very well be relegated. So these are some big ones for Cagliari here. Genoa's plus 135, Cagliari's plus 230, the draw's plus 195. So I think Genoa's the better team. I'm going to take them at home at plus 135. League 1. Friday, Montpellier, Nantes 1-1 draw. Saturday, PSG, Le Havre AC 3-3 draw. And then Yesterday, Lille over Metz 2-1. Clermont-Foot over Reims 4-1. Toulouse over Lorient 2-1. Nice over Strasbourg 3-1. Brest over Rennes 5-4. Lyon over Monaco 3-2. Marseille over Lens 2-1. No French League 1 till Friday. All right. Women's Champions League semifinals. Saturday, Barcelona over Chelsea 2-0. Barcelona advances 2-1 on aggregate. And then yesterday, Lyon over PSG 2-1, and Lyon advances 5-3 on aggregate. The final will be Saturday, May 25th at noon between Barcelona and Lyon, so that should be really fun. Women's Super League. Yesterday, Everton Arsenal 1-1 draw. Aston Villa West Ham 1-1 draw. Tottenham Brighton 1-1 draw. Man United over Leicester 1-0. Man City over Bristol City 4-0. All right, women's. Friday, Orlando over Washington 3-2. Casey over Angel City 3-1. Saturday, North Carolina over Seattle 1-0. Portland over Chicago 2-0. Utah Houston 0-0 draw. San Diego over Bay FC 2-1. And then yesterday, Gotham Louisville 1-1 draw. MLS. So, Saturday. All the games were Saturday. Austin over Galaxy 2-0. Columbus CF Montreal 0-0 draw. DC United over Seattle 2-1. Cincy over Colorado 2-1. Miami over New England 4-1. NYCFC over Charlotte 2-1. Red Bulls Vancouver 1-1 draw. Toronto over Orlando 2-1. Salt Lake over Philly 2-1. Chicago Atlanta 0-0 draw. Dallas over Houston 2-0. Minnesota over KC 2-1. Nashville San Jose 1-1 draw. And LAFC over Portland 3-2. Tomorrow we're actually going to have an abandoned game resume between Philly and Seattle, so we got to discuss that when that comes. All right. Next, we'll do ELC. Friday, QPR over Leeds 4-0. Saturday, Blackburn Coventry 0-0 draw. Bristol City over Rotherham 2-0. Borough over Cardiff 4-1. Huddersfield Birmingham 1-1 draw. Millwall over Plymouth 1-0. Norwich City Swansea 2-2 draw. Sheffield Wednesday over West Brom 3-0. Stoke over Southampton 1-0. Watford over Sunderland 1-0. Hull Ipswich 3-3 draw. All right, and then today at 3 o'clock, we have Preston and Leicester. Leicester is in good position for promotion back into Premier League. They have 94 points. And Preston is in 10th. So they are not that far away from the promotion playoffs. They're 9 points back, but it'd be difficult for them to get up there. Leicester's minus 190, Preston's plus 430. The draw is plus 340. I'm going under 2.5 goals at plus 108. All right. USL. Friday. Phoenix over Rhode Island 3-1. Saturday, Charleston over Vegas 6-0. Indy 6 over North Carolina 2-1. Miami FC over San Antonio 2-1. Pittsburgh over Detroit 2-0. Memphis over Birmingham 3-0. Louisville over Hartford 6-0. Tampa over New Mexico 3-0. Tulsa over El Paso 1-0. Colorado over Oakland 2-0. Orange County over Monterey Bay 2-0. And Sacramento over Loudoun 3-1. Next, Dutch Eredivisie. Only games yesterday. AZ Alkmaar over NEC 3-0. PEC Zwolle over Heracles 3-1. RKC Waldrich FC Utrecht 2-2 draw. Sparta over FC Volendam 1-0. And Vitesse over Fortuna 3-2. Scottish Premiership. Saturday. Aberdeen over Motherwell 1-0. Kilmarnock Hearts 0-0 draw. Livingston over Ross County 2-0. Hibernian over St. Johnstone 3-0. And then yesterday, Rangers over St. Mirren 2-1. Celtic over Dundee 2-1. And last but not least, the Saudi Pro League. Friday, Al Hilal over Al Fateh 3-1. Al Tawoun over Damek 1-0. Al Shabab over Al Ittihad 3-1. And then Saturday, Al Akdod over Abba 4-0. Al Raid and Eddie Faktu to draw, and Al Nasser for Al Khalij 1-0. And for what it's worth, we have Champions League semifinals, first legs coming Tuesday and Wednesday, so we got to touch that on tomorrow's and Wednesday's podcasts. Okay, NASCAR. So no golf this week. They had a bye. It's just coincidental. The bye for golf happened to come the same time as the NFL draft, and we don't see a byes in golf often. So, Xfinity results from Saturday for Dover. Your winner was Ryan Truex. Second, Carson Capil, which was a surprise finish. Third, Sam Meyer. Fourth, Sheldon Creed. Fifth, Cole Custer. Sixth, A.J. Allmendinger. Seventh, Chandler Smith. Eighth, Kyle Weatherman. Ninth, Anthony Alfredo. 10th, Parker Retzlaff. The rest, Jed Burton, Parker Kligerman, Ryan Ellis, Jeremy Clements, Austin Hill, Riley Herbst, Justin Allgaier, Shane Van Gisbergen, Brendan Jones, Daniel Dye, Wallace Honeyman, Brendan Poole, Caden Honeycutt, Jesse Love, Josh Williams, David Stark, Kyle Sieg, Parker Emmerling, Dawson Cram, Garrett Smithley, Haley Deegan, Matt DiBendetto, Sammy Smith, Tanner Gray, Corey Heim, Blaine Perkins, Ryan Sieg, J.J. Yelly. And the Cup Series. From Dover from yesterday. Your winner, Denny Hamlin. Second, Kyle Larson. Third, Martin Truex Jr. Fourth, Kyle Busch. Fifth, Chase Elliott. Sixth, Noah Gragson. Seventh, Ryan Blaney. Eighth, Alex Bowman. Ninth, Daniel Hemrick. 10th, Ty Gibbs. The rest, Tyler Reddick, Ross Chastain, A.J. Allmendinger, Josh Berry, Austin Cindric, Joey Logano, Chris Boucher, Daniel Suarez, Chase Briscoe, John Hunter Nemechek, Corey LaJoie, Carson Hocevar, Justin Haley, Zane Smith, Corey Heim, Harrison Burton, A.J. Dillon, Jimmy Johnson, Kaz Gralla, Brad Keselowski, Todd Gilliland, Bubba Wallace, William Byron, Chris Bell, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Michael McDowell, and Ryan Preece. Next for NASCAR is Kansas for Cup, Xfinity, Darlington, which is next weekend, and Trucks, Kansas. So, Truck and Cup coming up this upcoming weekend, and then Xfinity has a bye. All right, American Idol. We're going to have a fun segment with Idol. So, it was the top 10, and the theme was songs from the year the contestant was born. The mentor was Shania Twain. She's outstanding. One of my favorites growing up. So, to kick off the show was Mia as she performed No One Needs to Know by none other than Shania Twain. She did a nice job. Jack performed Believe by Cher. I liked his performance. McKenna Faith Breinholt did Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls, which was outstanding, and I think arguably her best performance on the show. Keiko performed Teenage Dirtbag by Wheatus, and he almost performed Oops, I Did It Again, and did it like in the style of Bohemian Rhapsody, but Shania Twain was against that, so that was kind of a subplot. Emmy performed All the Small Things by Blink-182. Then a guest performance, Season 20 winner Just Sam, as she performed One Moment in Time by Whitney Houston, and that was outstanding. And she was outstanding on Idol, but to see her perform on the Idol stage, because don't forget, she was in the COVID season. She didn't have a real experience, and she had her moment last night, and I thought she was amazing. She needs to start making music, Just Sam. I think she's super talented. Tristan performed after Just Sam as he performed She's Country by Jason Aldean. Abby performed Clocks by Coldplay. Both of those performances were amazing. Then came out season, I want to say 10 winner, Scotty McCreery, which was really, really fun. Yeah, season 10, I was right. He won season 10. He was amazing in his performance. He has a new album out, so that's fun to see. 2X1 winners coming back to take the stage. And then Julia performed Here I Am by Bryan Adams. Will performed Modern Day Bonnie and Clyde by Travis Tritt. And then Cabrin performed Here Without You by Three Doors Down. I thought she was really good too. All right. My performance rankings. McKenna, hands down, was the best. I absolutely enjoyed it. And that was just a perfect song for her, too. Second, I had Abby. Will third. Tristan fourth. Cabrin fifth. Jack sixth. Julia 7. Kaiko 8. Mia 9. Emmy 10. But yeah, I thought Kaiko was the big disappointment tonight. No doubt. I mean, I feel like that he should have went with his guts and did the Britney song. Because I like seeing different things on American Idol. And your top 8. Abby. Emmy. Jack. Julia. Cabrin. McKenna. Tristan. Will. And I really believe that the best 5 are McKenna, Abby, Will, Cabrin, and Tristan. Those have been the best 5 all season. I mean, the 5 spot has been up for grabs, but I think that the 2 country boys and McKenna and Abby have been hands down the best 4, but I think Cabrin right now has that 5 spot. And so I correctly got my top 7 performers into the top 8. I thought Kaiko was going to get in, but it ended up being Emmy. I thought that last spot was up for grabs. But the funny thing is that we thought it was going to be a top 7. Like, when they had the commercial for the top 7, I was like, oh, it's going to go down to 7. But it actually went down to 8, so I must have misheard. So it looks like only 1 gets voted off tomorrow, which is back to the old days. So, tonight's episode is the judge's choice. I love this episode every year. And I absolutely love when the judges pick the songs and you have to guess which judge got it right. I love doing my own game, pick 3 songs for each contestant and see how they would perform, or see if they would perform any of them. So, I'm going to go in the order that they performed tonight. So, Jack, 3 songs I picked for him. I think the song that would suit him the best would be Late Night Talking by Harry Styles. I think that song suits him well. I've seen him do The Weeknd. I think he could pull off Harry Styles too. I also have down Wanna Be Starting Something by Michael Jackson. I want to see him do it like that type of song and some dancing. And the third song I have is I'm a Believer by Smash Mouth. And he can just like get into the groove a little bit. McKenna Faith. 3 songs I have for her. So she really does some slow songs. I want to see her do an upbeat song. And the best upbeat song I think for her would be Billie Eilish's Bad Guy. Like, that song is very raspy, and I want to see McKenna do something different. The second song I have down for her is Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield. I like that song for her. And then the third song is Heaven is a Place on Earth by Belinda Carlisle. Emmy. I think the song that suits her well is 9 to 5 by Dolly Parton. I just think that kind of makes sense because of where she comes from and being the granddaughter of Loretta Lynn. So I think 9 to 5 makes a lot of sense for Emmy. Jesus Take the Wheel by Carrie Underwood, I think would be a good song fit for her as well. And another song that I think would be a good fit for Emmy would be Kelly Clarkson's Breakaway. Tristan. This is probably my favorite pick of any contestant in song. Country Girl by Luke Bryan. I want to see Tristan sing Luke. Like, I could see him being really into it. Got a little boom in my big truck. Gonna open up the doors and turn it up. Like, that just screams Tristan with the hat and doing a little move. And I think Luke would pick it. Fast Car by Luke Combs, I think would be fun for Tristan as well. And I can also see Luke picking that song. And another fun song for Tristan to get out of his comfort zone a little bit. Authority Song by John Cougar Mellencamp. Abby. My best song fit for her is River Deep Mountain High by Tina Turner. Like, hitting some, like, deep notes and having some fun. And a fun ballad for her would be My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion. And then I've seen her do boy band songs. And this would be a fun one for Abby. And I think she can hit some of those low notes too. Leave Before You Love Me by Marshmello and the Jonas Brothers. Julia Gagnon. This was hard to pick for Julia. I have Before He Cheats by Carrie Underwood is a top song for her. I think she fits that song well. Beautiful by Christina Aguilera was a good ballad for her. And a fun song I can see her singing is Flowers by Miley Cyrus. Will. I can't wait to see what's on tap for Will. My top choice for Will is Tennessee Whiskey by Chris Stapleton. That just screams Will. Sweet Home Alabama by Leonard Skinner is my second pick for him. And my third pick is a really sweet country song, I Cross My Heart by George Strait. And Cabrin, my top song for her is Avril Lavigne's I'm With You. I could see her really nailing that chorus to that song. And in two songs I say, oh, they're flat out Cabrin songs. I Love Rock and Roll by Joan Jett and Hit Me With Your Best Shot by Pat Benatar. If I had to make a pick for most likely contestant to sing a song on here, it would be definitely Tristan with Country Girl. And that's Tristan and Will, I think, are my two most interesting contestants in terms of what songs they'll choose. And then I'd say McKenna and Abby. Those four, I think, are the most interesting in terms of who they pick. I mean, they all are, but those four just stand out above the rest. So the rest of the season, Judges Song Contest will be 8, and then Adele Night will be 7. Disney's going to be 5, and the grand finale is going to be 3. So only one gets voted out tomorrow night. And at gunpoint, who's voted out tomorrow night? I'm going to have to say Emmy. Do I feel good about it? No. But what I do feel good about is that McKenna, Abby, Will, and Tristan will be singing on Adele Night, which is going to be fantastic. So there you have it for Idol. Now move on to news and notes. Like I said, Idol was going to be a long one because I really wanted to get into the episodes. So a lot of news and notes today. There's some rumors that Frank Vogel is on the hot seat. Woj reported yesterday afternoon there's an increasing belief around the league that Frank Vogel's job is in peril. And then Vogel is not worried about job security and made 0-3 playoffs. So that would be a surprising one and done. That would be... Although we did see Adrian Griffin not even be one and done. Adrian Griffin got the Urban Meyer Jaguars treatment and the Nate Hackett Broncos treatment. but we'll see about that. The winner of the NBA Coach of the Year was Mark Daniel of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Well deserved. Obviously the one seed in the West. MLB plans to modify uniforms as leagues to address changes to jerseys and pants after player and fan complaints. Yankees first baseman Anthony Rizzo hit his 300th home run yesterday in Milwaukee. There was a fight in the Bucks-Pacers game yesterday after Indy fans started to chant after Bobby Portis was ejected. Tolia Tagovailoa to participate in Seahawks rookie camp. Former Maryland quarterback, the brother of Tua, so that's interesting. Michael Penix Jr. was the Falcons' second-rated quarterback as they graded Penix as the draft's best pure passer. I killed that pick on my draft recap show. 49ers still prefer Debo trade as Ricky Pearsall's similar skill set can make Samuel more expandable. Ooh. A reality show hurt Spencer Rattler as Ian Rappaport reported that Rattler's appearance in Netflix doc led to draft slide. Ooh. Mekhi Becton to the Eagles on a 1-year, $5.5 million deal. Maybe that's a change of scenery, could get your value up type of thing like they did with Kenny Pickett in a weird way. There are a ton of Knicks fans in the building in Philadelphia yesterday, and that was insane. Bojan Bogdanovic left the game yesterday with a left ankle contusion. That was not ideal. And Mitchell Robinson did not play due to his ankle injury yesterday as well. Dame Lillard didn't play for Game 4 because of the strained Achilles. But Dame won't be shut down as Doc didn't rule him out. Kawhi Leonard didn't play in Game 4 against the Mavs due to the knee injury. Is there a Ewing theory going on with the Clips and Kawhi? They won both games he sat. Christian Wood came back for the Lakers in Game 4 as he had the knee injury. There was an umpire that missed a call on Aaron Judge as Andy Fletcher admits to incorrect ruling on Aaron Judge's slide against the Brewers, which kind of blew that game open for the Yankees. The Yankees took advantage of the bad call. It's funny, the Yankees have had a lot of bad calls go in their favor this season. Former Colorado running back commit Dylan Edwards going to be playing for Kansas State. Tank Dell, victim of a shooting, as the Texans announced he was released from the hospital with a minor wound after the altercation in Florida. Not great. Hopefully Tank Dell gets well soon. Georgia slugger Carly Condon breaks a home run record. It's a single season and career home run record, so that's pretty cool. I can't wait to cover the NCAA baseball tournament. Candace Parker announces her retirement after 16 seasons. Congrats to Candace Parker. Great career. And speaking of women's basketball, Kiki Irathan commits to USC as she leaves Stanford and teams up with Juju Watkins. She's the possible number 1 overall pick in next year's draft, so that's crazy. USC is going to be a monster in college basketball next year. Them and UConn with obviously Paige coming back. We'll do the rest of the draft recap probably tonight. So I give out overall grades and maybe give out a few futures. Undrafted free agent quarterback Sam Hartman going to Washington. So that's an interesting one. Tariq Owens goes to the 49ers as an undrafted free agent. West Virginia Mountaineers football dropped new look uniforms over the weekend, and they're pretty cool. The Red Sox acquired Garrett Cooper for cash considerations from the Cubs. The Giants believe that Darren Waller will retire as they drafted Penn State tight end Theo Johnson on Saturday afternoon. And Andrei Stojakovic picks Cal over Kentucky and Carolina, which is an absolute shocker. As he stays... Oh, wait. I almost said stays in the Pac-12. He'll be in the ACC. He'll be playing against Carolina with Stanford. Or, I'm sorry, with Cal. So, yeah. All right, so there you have it for news and notes. Last but not least, my best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. There's one I like a lot. I'm going to lay a 20th of a unit on it. It was a Major League Baseball. I've been borderline killing it with the totals. I mean, the last one from Friday was a push. I had under 8 in Red Sox Cubs, and it landed at 8. This time I'm going over 8 in Cardinals Tigers. I don't know why it's 8. It should be 9, 9.5. Mats and Maeda, neither of them have been great this year. So I'm going to go over 8 in Tigers Cardinals for my best bet of the day. So there you have it for the show, and I'll be back tomorrow recapping everything, look ahead to everything tonight, portfolio, and so much more. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.